Shalom, my brothers and sisters in Yahuwah Elohim, and welcome to our next extra-canonical Bible study in the Book of Jasher. And tonight we'll be going over chapters 61, 62, and 63 in the Book of Jasher. So if you've got a Dead Sea Scrolls book, go ahead and grab it, and we'll get started tonight, okay? I hope everybody's having a good week. We're halfway, gang. Actually, better than halfway. Today's Thursday, so that's good. That's good. Okay, let's get started here. I'll take a drink real quick, and we'll get going. Alrighty then. The Book of Jasher, chapter 61. It came to pass at that time, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, commanded all his people to make for him a strong palace in Egypt. And he also commanded the sons of Jacob to assist the Egyptians in the building. And the Egyptians made a beautiful and elegant palace for a royal habitation. He lived there, and he renewed his government, and he reigned securely. And Zebulun, the son of Jacob, died in that year, that is, the 72nd year of the going down of the Israelites to Egypt. Zebulun died 114 years old, and was put into a coffin, and given into the hands of his children. And in the 75th year his brother Simon died. He was 120 years old at his death, and he was also put into a coffin, and given into the hands of his children. Zepho, the son of Eliphaz, the son of Esau, captain of the host of Agnes, king of Dinhabah, was still daily enticing Agnes to prepare for battle, to fight with the sons of Jacob in Egypt. Agnes was unwilling to do this thing, for his servants had related to him all the might of the sons of Jacob, what they had done to them in their battle with the children of Esau. And Zepho was in those days daily enticing Agnes to fight with the sons of Jacob. After some time, Agnes listened to the words of Zepho, and consented to him to fight with the sons of Jacob in Egypt. And Agnes got all his people in order, a people numerous as the sand, which is on the seashore. And he formed his resolution to go to Egypt to battle. Among the servants of Agnes was a young 15-year-old, Balaam, the son of Beor, was his name. And the youth was very wise, and understood the art of witchcraft. And Agnes said to Balaam, "Summon for us, I pray you, with the witchcraft, that we may know who will succeed in this battle to which we are now proceeding." And Balaam ordered that they should bring him wax, and he made thereof the likeness of chariots and horsemen, representing the army of Agnes and the army of Egypt. He put them in the cunningly prepared waters that he had for that purpose, and he took in his hand the boughs of myrtle trees, and he exercised his cunning. He joined them over the water, and there appeared to him in the water the resembling images of the host of Agnes falling before the resembling image of the Egyptians and the sons of Jacob. Balaam told this thing to Agnes, and Agnes despaired, and did not arm himself to go down to Egypt to battle, and he remained in his city. And when Zepho the son of Eliphaz saw that Agnes despaired of going forth to battle with the Egyptians, Zepho fled from Agnes from Africa, and he went and came to Shittim. And all the people of Shittim received him with great honor, and they hired him to fight their battles all the days. Zepho became greatly rich in those days, and the troops of the king of Africa still spread themselves in those days. The children of Shittim assembled and went to Mount Cupdeziah on account of the troops of Agnes, king of Africa, who were advancing on them. It was one day that Zepho lost a young heifer, and he went to seek it, and he heard it was lowing round about the mountain. Zepho went, and he saw that there was a large cave at the bottom of the mountain, and there was a great stone there at the entrance of the cave. Zepho split the stone, and he came into the cave, and he looked, and there a large animal was devouring the ox. From the middle upward it resembled a man, and from the middle downward it resembled an animal. And Zepho rose up against the animal and killed it with his sword. Sounds to me like Nephilim. The inhabitants of Shittim heard of this thing, and they rejoiced greatly, and said, "What shall we do to this man who has slain this animal that devoured our cattle?" And they all assembled to consecrate one day in the year to him. And they called the name thereof Zepho, after his name. They brought to him drink offerings year after year on that day, and they brought to him gifts. At that time Janiah, the daughter of Uzu, wife of King of Agnes, became ill, and her illness was heavily felt by Agnes and his officers. And Agnes said to his wise men, "What shall I do to Janiah, and how shall I heal her from her illness?" And his wise men said to him, "Because the air of our country is not like the air in the land of Shittim, and our water is not like their water, therefore from this has the queen become ill. For through the change of air and water she became ill, and also because in her country she drank only the water which came from Purmah, which her ancestors had brought up with bridges." And Agnes commanded his servants, and they brought to him in vessels of water of Purmah belonging to Shittim. And they weighed those waters with all the waters of the land of Africa, and they found those waters lighter than the waters of Africa. Agnes saw this thing, and he commanded all his officers to assemble the hewers of stone in thousands and 10,000s, and they hewed stone without number. The builders came, and they built a great, strong bridge, and they conveyed the spring of water from the land of Shittim to Africa. And those waters were for Janiah the queen, and for all her concerns, to drink from and to bake, wash and bathe with, and also to water all offspring from which food can be obtained, and all fruit of the ground. And the king commanded that they should bring of the soil of Shittim in large ships, and they also brought stones to build there. The builders built palaces for Janiah the queen, and the queen became healed of her illness. And at the revolution of the year, the troops of Africa continued coming to the land of Shittim to rob as usual. And Zepho, son of Eliphaz, heard that their report. He gave orders concerning them, and he fought with them, and they fled before him, and he delivered the land of Shittim from them. And the children of Shittim saw the bravery of Zepho, and the children of Shittim resolved and made Zepho king over them. And he became king over them, and while he reigned, they went to subdue the children of Tubal, and all the surrounding islands. Their king Zepho led them, and they made war with Tubal and the islands, and they subdued them. When they returned from the battle, they renewed his government for him, and they built for him a very large palace for his royal habitation and seat. And they made a large throne for him. Zepho reigned over the whole land of Shittim, and over the land of Italia 50 years. Chapter 62. In that year, being the 79th year of the Israelites going down to Egypt, Reuben, the son of Jacob, died in the land of Egypt. Reuben was 125 years old when he died, and they put him into a coffin, and he was given into the hands of his children. In the 80th year, his brother Dan died. He was 120 years at his death, and he was also put into a coffin and given into the hands of his children. In that year, Cusham, king of Edom, died, and after him reigned Hadad, the son of Bedad, for 35 years. In the 81st year, Issachar, the son of Jacob, died in Egypt, and Issachar was 122 years old at his death. He was put into a coffin in Egypt and given into the hands of his children. In the 82nd year, Asher, his brother, died. He was 123 years old at his death, and he was placed in a coffin in Egypt and given into the hands of his children. In the 83rd year, Gad died. He was 125 years old at his death, and he was put into a coffin in Egypt and given into the hands of his children. And it came to pass, in the 84th year, that is, the 50th year of the reign of Hadad, son of Bedad, king of Edom, that Hadad assembled all the children of Esau. He got his whole army in readiness, about 400,000 men, and he directed his way to the land of Moab. He went to fight with Moab, and to make them subordinate to him. The children of Moab heard this thing, and they were very much afraid. They sent to the children of Midian to assist them in fighting with Hadad, son of Bedad, king of Edom. And Hadad came to the land of Moab, and Moab and the children of Midian went out to meet him. They placed themselves in battle array against him in the field of Moab. Hadad fought with Moab, and there fell of the children of Moab and the children of Midian many slain ones, about 200,000 men. The battle was very severe on Moab, and when the children of Moab saw that the battle was so severe, they weakened their hands and turned their backs, and left the children of Midian to carry on the battle. And the children of Midian knew not the intentions of Moab, but they strengthened themselves in battle and fought with Hadad and all his army, and all the Midians fell before him. Hadad struck all the Midians with a heavy smiting, and he killed them with the edge of the sword. He left none remaining of those who came to assist Moab. When all the children of Midian had perished in battle, and the children at Moab had escaped, Hadad made all Moab at that time subservient to him, and they became under his hand. They gave a yearly tax, as it was ordered, and Hadad turned and went back to his land. At the revolution of the year, when the rest of the people of Midian that were in the land heard that all their brothers had fallen in battle with Hadad for the sake of Moab, because the children of Moab had turned their backs in battle and left Midian to fight, then 5 of the princes of Midian resolved with the rest of their brothers who remained in their land to fight with Moab, to avenge the cause of their brothers. The children of Midian sent to all their brothers, the children of the east, and all their brothers, and all the brothers of Keturah came to assist Midian to fight with Moab. The children of Moab heard this thing, and they were greatly afraid that all the children of the east had assembled together against them for battle, and they, the children of Moab, sent a memorial to the land of Edom, to Hadad, the son of Bedad, saying, "Come now to us and assist us, and we will strike Midian, for they all assembled together and have come against us with all their brothers, the children of the east, to battle, to avenge the cause of the Midian that fell in battle." Hadad the son of Bedad, king of Edom, went forth with his whole army, and went to the land of Moab to fight with the Midian. And Midian and the children of the east fought with Moab in the field of Moab, and the battle was very fierce between them. Hadad struck all the children of Midian and the children of the east with the edge of the sword, and Hadad at that time delivered Moab from the hand of Midian. Those that remained of Midian and of the children of the east fled before Hadad and his army, and Hadad pursued them to their land, and struck them with a very heavy slaughter, and the slain fell in the road. Hadad delivered Moab from the hand of Midian, for all the children of Midian had fallen by the edge of the sword, and Hadad turned and went back to his land. And from that day forth, the children of Midian hated the children of Moab, because they had fallen in battle for their sake. There was a great and mighty enmity between them all the days. And all that were found of Midian in the road of the land of Moab perished by the sword of Moab. And all that were found of Moab in the road of the land of Midian perished by the sword of Midian. Thus did Midian to Moab, and Moab to Midian for many days. It came to pass at that time that Judah, the son of Jacob, died in Egypt, in the 86th year of Jacob going down to Egypt. And Judah was 129 years old at his death. And they embalmed him, and put him into a coffin, and he was given into the hands of his children. And in the 89th year Naphtali died. He was 132 years old, and he was put into a coffin and given into the hands of his children. It came to pass in the 91st year of the Israelites going down to Egypt, that is, in the 30th year of the reign of Zepho, the son of Eliphaz, the son of Esau, over the children of Shittim, the children of Africa came upon the children of Shittim to rob them as usual, but they had not come on them for these 13 years. They came to them in that year, and Zepho the son of Eliphaz went out to them with some of his men, and struck them desperately. And the troops of Africa fled before Zepho, and the slain fell before him. And Zepho and his men pursued them, going on and smiting them until they were near to Africa. And Agnes, king of Africa, heard the thing which Zepho had done, and it troubled him greatly. And Agnes was afraid of Zepho all the days. Chapter 63. In the 93rd year, Levi, the son of Jacob, died in Egypt, and Levi was 137 years old when he died. They put him into a coffin, and he was given into the hands of his children. It came to pass, after the death of Levi, when all Egypt saw that the sons of Jacob, the brothers of Joseph, were dead, all the Egyptians began to afflict the children of Jacob, and to embitter their lives from that day to the day of their going forth from Egypt. They took from their hands all the vineyards and fields which Joseph had given to them, and all the elegant houses in which the people of Israel lived, and all the valuables of Egypt. The Egyptians took all from the sons of Jacob in those days, and the hand of all Egypt became more heavy in those days against the children of Israel, and the Egyptians injured the Israelites, until the children of Israel were wearied of their lives on account of the Egyptians. It came to pass in those days, in the 102nd year of Israel's going down to Egypt, that Pharaoh king of Egypt died, and Melol his son reigned in his stead. All the mighty men of Egypt, and all that generation which knew Joseph and his brothers, died in those days. And another generation rose up in their stead, which had not known the sons of Jacob, and all the good which they had done to them, and all their might in Egypt. And so all Egypt began from that day on to embitter the lives of the sons of Jacob, and to afflict them with all manner of hard labor, because they had not known their ancestors who had delivered them in the days of the famine. This was also from the Elohim, for the children of Israel, to benefit them in their latter days, in order that all the children of Israel might know that Yahuwah, their Elohim, and in order to know the signs and mighty wonders which the Elohim would do in Egypt on account of his people Israel, in order that the children of Israel might fear that Yahuwah, Elohim of their ancestors, and walk in all his ways, they and their descendants after them, all the days. Melol was 20 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 94 years. And all Egypt called his name Pharaoh, after the name of his father, as it was their custom to do to every king who reigned over them in Egypt. At that time, all the troops of Agnes, king of Africa, went forth to scatter along the land of Shittim, as usual for robbery. Zepho, the son of Eliphaz, the son of Esau, heard their report, and he went forth to meet them with his army, and he fought them there in the road. Zepho struck the troops of the king of Africa with the edge of the sword, and left none remaining of them, not even one returned to his master in Africa. Agnes heard of this which Zepho the son of Eliphaz had done to all his troops, that he had destroyed them. And Agnes assembled all his troops, all the men of the land of Africa, a people numerous like the sand by the seashore. And Agnes sent to Lucas his brother, saying, Come to me with all your men, and help me to strike Zepho and all the children of Shittim, who have destroyed my men. Lucas came with his whole army, a very great force, to assist Agnes his brother, to fight with Zepho and the children of Shittim. Zepho and the children of Shittim heard this thing, and they were greatly afraid, and a great terror fell on their hearts. Zepho also sent a letter to the land of Edom, to Hadad, the son of Bedad, king of Edom, and to all the children of Esau, saying, I have heard that Agnes, king of Africa, is coming to us with his brother for battle against us. We are greatly afraid of him, for his army is very great, particularly as he comes against us with his brother and his army likewise. Now therefore come up also with me and help me, and we will fight together against Agnes and his brother Lucas, and you will save us out of their hands. But if not, know that we shall all die. And the children of Esau sent a letter to the children of Shittim, and to Zepho their king, saying, We cannot fight against Agnes and his people, for a covenant of peace has been between us these many years, from the days of Bela the first king, and from the days of Joseph the son of Jacob, king of Egypt, with whom we fought on the other side of Jordan, when he buried his father. When Zepho heard the words of his brothers, the children of Esau, he refrained from them, and Zepho was greatly afraid of Agnes. And Agnes and Lucas his brother arrayed all their forces, about 800,000 men, against the children of Shittim. And all the children of Shittim said to Zepho, Pray for us to the Elohim of your ancestors. Perhaps he may deliver us from the hand of Agnes and his army, for we have heard that he is a great Elohim, and that he delivers all who trust in him. Zepho heard their words, and Zepho sought the Elohim, and he said, O Elohim of Abraham and Isaac, my ancestors, this day I know that you are a true Elohim, and all the small g gods of the nations are vain and useless. Remember now this day to me your covenant with Abraham our father, which our ancestors related to us, and do graciously with me this day, for the sake of Abraham and Isaac our fathers. Save me and the children of Shittim from the hand of the king of Africa, who comes against us for battle. And the Elohim listened to the voice of Zepho, and he had regard for him on account of Abraham and Isaac. And the Elohim delivered Zepho and the children of Shittim from the hand of Agnes and his people. Zepho fought Agnes, king of Africa, and all his people on that day, and the Elohim gave all the people of Agnes into the hands of the children of Shittim. The battle was severe on Agnes, and Zepho struck all the men of Agnes and Lucas his brother with the edge of the sword, and there fell from them to the evening of that day about 400,000 men. When Agnes saw that all his men perished, he sent a letter to all the inhabitants of Africa to come to him, to assist him in the battle, and he wrote in the letter, saying, All who are found in Africa, let them come to me from 10 years old and upward. Let them all come to me. And behold, if he comes not, he shall die. All that he has, with his whole household, the king will take. All the rest of the inhabitants of Africa were terrified at the words of Agnes, and they went out of the city, about 300,000 men and boys from 10 years upward, and they came to Agnes. And at the end of 10 days, Agnes renewed the battle against Zepho and the children of Shittim, and the battle was very great and strong between them. And from the army of Agnes and Lucas, Zepho sent many of the wounded to him, about 2,000 men. And Sophiphar, the captain of the host of Agnes, fell in that battle. And when Sophiphar had fallen, the African troops turned their backs to flee. They fled, and Agnes and Lucas his brother were with them. Zepho and the children of Shittim pursued them, and they struck them still heavily on the road. About 200 men they pursued, Asdrubal, the son of Agnes, who had fled with his father, and they struck 20 of his men in the road. And Asdrubal escaped from the children of Shittim, and they did not kill him. Agnes and Lucas his brother fled with the rest of their men, and they escaped and came into Africa with terror and concentration. And Agnes feared all the days that Zepho, the son of Eliphaz, would go to war with him. And that is the end of chapter 63. Wow, this is like a movie. This has got a lot going on here. A lot that's not in the Bible, huh? Wow, this has got all kinds of stuff going on. There's battles going on all over the place, and now the children of Jacob are all dead. And the children of Israel are all enslaved, hard labor enslaved, and nobody remembers Joseph no more. But, and there's always a but it's all for the glory of Yahuwah. It's all for the glory of Yahuwah, because when he comes to get the children of Israel to bring them out of bondage out of the land of Mitzrayim, they'll know who he is then, and they will remember, and they'll follow. Good story, huh, gang? Really good story. There's a lot going on there. By the time we get done with all of this, with this book, with Jasher, we're going to need a new box of crayons, because our crayons are going to be worn down to nubs. But it's a good time. It's a real good time. Alright, gang. That's all I got for you tonight. Until we meet again on Shabbat for our next Bible study, we will see you all later. Shalom.